pretty, huh? I bet a lot of you folks don't believe that, about a wish coming true. Well, I didn't either. Of course, I'm just a cricket singing my way from hearth to hearth. But let me tell you what changed my mind.
Once upon a time, Jiminy Cricket hopped down the crooked streets of Tuscany, where there wasn't a soul to be seen. The only sign of life was a lighted window in the shop of a woodcarver named Geppetto. Jiminy hopped over and looked in. He looked around and noticed a warm fire and began warming his bum. Much to his surprise, the small home had the most fantastic clocks, music boxes, and works of art he'd ever laid his eyes on.
Oh boy, a puppet! One of those little marionette things with all the strings and joints.
Geppetto enters, walking over to Pinocchio.
Just a little more paint, and you're all finished. Now, I think I'm gonna name you Pinocchio. Now, music!
Geppetto begins to play with Pinocchio, making him dance. Jiminy Cricket dances as well.
Oh look, a wishing star. Star light, star bright, the first star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might have the wish I make tonight. I wish that my little Pinocchio was a real boy.
Geppetto closes his eyes to sleep and starts snoring loudly.
Quiet! Enough is enough, for heaven's sake!
Everything is quiet until the sound of the fairy coming in.
Now what's up? What's going on?
Just as Jiminy began to look around, he saw a bright light making its way toward the window. A magical blue fairy appeared and stood peacefully over Geppetto as he slept.
Ah, good Geppetto. You've done so much good to others. You deserve to have your wish come true.
Smiling, the blue fairy touched the puppet gently with her wand.
Little puppet made of pine, awake, the gift of life be thine.
And in the blink of an eye, she brought Pinocchio to life.
Woo! What they can do these days? I can move. I can walk. I can talk.
Yes, Pinocchio, tonight I've given you life.
Why?
Because Geppetto wished you were a real boy.
Am I a real boy?
No, Pinocchio, but that'll be entirely up to you.
Up to me?
Yes, Pinocchio, prove yourself to be brave, truthful, and unselfish, and you will be a real boy someday.
Said the blue fairy. Then she turned to Jiminy Cricket.
What is your name?
Oh, Cricket is the name. Jiminy Cricket.
Well, Jimmy, you must help Pinocchio. You shall be his conscience, counsel him on times of temptation, and guide him on a straight and narrow path.
The blue fairy takes out her magic wand and dubs Jiminy Cricket.
Very good, Pinocchio. Remember to always be good and let your conscience be your guide.
Bye, Blue Fairy. Well, Pinocchio, you want to be a real boy, don't you? Well, I'm going to help you. Anytime you need me, just whistle like this. Like this? No, son. Now listen, like this. Good job.
The next day, Geppetto awakens.
Hi, Papa.
Oh my gosh, you can walk, you can talk. Now that you can do that all on your own, I guess I'll just send you to school. Here's a banana for your teacher. Now go on.
Pinocchio heads off, yet is suddenly approached by Honest John the Fox, who notices that Pinocchio is a wooden boy. Honest John has the sly idea to lead Pinocchio into temptation of fame instead of an education.
Well, if it isn't a wooden boy, what is your name?
My name is Pinocchio, and I'm headed to school.
School? Whoa, I see you haven't heard the easy route to success. Bright lights, music, fame. Don't waste your precious time at school. I can see your name, 6 feet up in the sky. A natural-born actor. Come, onto the theater.
Honest John and Pinocchio skip away, singing their way to the theater.
Hi, diddly-dee, an actor's life for me. Hi, diddly-dee, an actor's life for me. I'm late my first day.
Jiminy Cricket watches in disbelief as Pinocchio and Honest John skip away to seek temptation and fame. Honest John leads Pinocchio to a gypsy named Stromboli, who is known for his puppeteer show.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you something you will refuse to believe. A puppet that can sing and dance with absolutely no hints of strain. The one and only Pinocchio.
I'm
Got no strings to hold me down, to make me fret or make me frown. I once had strings, now I'm free. I got no strings on me.
Pinocchio unknowingly fell into a temptation, and Stromboli greedily begins to think of all the places he can take Pinocchio to make him perform. Not too far away, Jiminy Cricket is still thinking about Pinocchio, wondering if he still needs him, while Geppetto continues to look for him sad and worried. Jiminy Cricket finally manages to find Stromboli's traveling show, but much to Jiminy Cricket's surprise, Pinocchio is locked in a birdcage.
Oh, Jimmy.
Stromboli decided it was best to put Pinocchio somewhere safe where he can't leave and go home.
Oh, Pinocchio, am I glad I found you. What happened? What did he do to you?
Oh, Jiminy, I'm so glad you found me. Stromboli is mad. He wanted to trap me in the firewood.
Don't worry. I'll help you get out of here.
As Pinocchio sobs at the realization that he may never see his father again, and Jiminy Cricket tries desperately to open the lock on the door, the blue fairy appears and begins to ask Pinocchio and Jiminy what happened.
Pinocchio, what happened? Why aren't you at school today?
Well, I was on my way to school until I ran into two big monsters with big green eyes.
As Pinocchio begins telling lies to the blue fairy, his nose begins to grow. The blue fairy questions Pinocchio and asks if he is sure that what he is saying is true. And yet Pinocchio still lies, and his nose continues to grow longer and longer.
Oh, what's this? What happened?
Perhaps you haven't been telling the truth, Pinocchio.
Oh, please help me, Miss Fairy. I'm awfully sorry.
Oh, please, Miss Fairy. Please forgive him.
Okay, I'll forgive you this one time, but just remember, a boy who won't be good may just as well be made of lead.
We'll be good.
Okay, this will be the last time I can help you.
The blue fairy touches the cage with her magic wand, and Pinocchio is finally free. Jiminy and Pinocchio quickly run off to free themselves of Stromboli. Just as Pinocchio runs ahead of Jiminy, he runs into his sly friend Honest John, who once again tries to propose an offer to Pinocchio to pursue fame instead of going to school. But this time, Pinocchio is determined to make it home to his father Geppetto and denies Honest John.
Whoa, if it isn't the great actor, Pinocchio.
Oh no, Honest John. I don't want to be an actor. Stromboli was terrible.
As Pinocchio and Jiminy make their way home away from temptation, Geppetto is still searching for Pinocchio. Geppetto decides to get in his boat and search for Pinocchio at sea. Just then, a huge wave comes and crashes Geppetto's boat, leaving him helpless. Jiminy and Pinocchio finally arrive back home, only to find a note that Geppetto left stating he went out to the shore to search for Pinocchio. Jiminy and Pinocchio run to the shore to find Geppetto stranded from his boat and desperately try to save him. In the midst of doing so, Pinocchio manages to save Geppetto and bring him home safely. Just then, the blue fairy magically appears again.
Well, remember to always be a good boy. Remember to be selfish, truthful, and unselfish, and you won't be a real boy tonight.
Oh my gosh, you're a real boy.
Whoopee! A real boy.
I'm a real boy.
When your heart is in your dreams, no request is too extreme. When you wish upon a star, your dreams come true. You'll find your dreams come true, and they live happily ever after.